miracle.
Yo, what's poppin'? All my peeps, it is I, your host with the most, Renaissance man who always thinks he can, and your champion of the peeps, Patty Pitts, back once again in the Yard of Streams for another edition of Pitts and Sara's wrestling shows, Raw Rewind, where we take no nights off. And it's not just me, Patty P, here in the Yard of Streams. I am joined, as always, by the best of the West. You can't forget about Sara Marshall. What's popping, girl?
Hey, yo.
Hello.
Hey, yo, how you doing?
I'm doing.
You doing?
Just doing.
Get a nice-ass shirt on today.
Me?
Yeah, looking all dapper from one Yard of Streams to another. Did they use StreamYard? I didn't even ask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He used to be strictly audio, and then he just like a couple months ago got into video. So yeah, he uses StreamYard.
Hell yeah. So you're going from one Yard of Stream, talking about the Patriots and the NFL, popping over to the Wrestleverse's Yard of Streams.
I did promote the show, by the way.
Hell yeah. Girl, hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Love to see it. Need to keep that climbing, that number. Okay. Need to keep that number climbing, which we do. We'll have our peeps in the chat. But yeah, good shit. And we had, so you had that show, talk Patriots football. We do have the NFL popping up real soon.
Yeah, the Patriots' first preseason game is on Friday.
Saw Nathaniel. Yeah, that was huge.
Yeah. So I have to take tomorrow off so that I'm here. So I'm available on Friday.
No, just the way you said that. You're like, yeah, I have to take tomorrow off.
Yeah, because it's because technically I'm not supposed to work 6 days.
Yeah, agreed. It's just
it's just random,
It is very random.
It's just it was either that or take off Thursday, and I didn't feel like that was good because it's the day before the game. So
here's the thing with Thursday, if you do take off, then you could just get ready for Friday, like what you would do for game day work for like an hour or two, and then just fucking day to yourself. But who am I?
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. If I feel like there's a bunch of stuff. Oh, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't take off tomorrow because they have the joint practices.
See, Sarah.
You know what? I'm thinking out loud. I'm going to have to message my boss now.
We're going to have to figure it out. See what the best day for you to take off is. It's definitely take off of work. Not taking any nights off here because we just had 4 shows in a row of WWE product. Friday SmackDown, 2 nights of SummerSlam, and then Raw last night. We'll talk about SummerSlam more in depth, I would say, and our true feelings on Thursday. More time, where we got to talk about the fallout from SummerSlam today on today's Raw Rewind episode, because a lot went down at SummerSlam, and last night's show did a good job of kicking off this season of WWE to me. The season as we gear up for Survivor Series.
Yeah, I mean, I think even though I didn't like a lot of what happened at SummerSlam, I would say that it was probably like a really good show from top to bottom for the most part. I do think they made a huge mistake by putting basically all of the title matches and every match with a stipulation on Sunday. I think that it was like a little too much for one show. It's like I feel like the first 2 matches kind of killed the momentum for Becky and Lyra, and I feel like that was kind of shitty. So I feel like they should have just like mixed up the matches, a little bit more.
Very tag heavy on Saturday, and like the 3 tag matches,
and then Sunday opened with the tag match. Yes. So it feels like they should have just mixed them
Sunday
up a little bit.
With a tag match? Sunday didn't open with a tag match.
Oh no, that was Saturday.
Saturday opened with a tag match.
Yeah.
And then Sunday didn't have any tag matches.
Yeah.
Kicked off with the triple threat into the TLC.
Yeah. So
So
I
just
think that,
multi-man matches.
yeah, and it's like I think, I mean, I get it. You want to have some of the more important matches, I guess, on Sunday, but I think that we could have mixed it up a little bit more because I think it kind of, I mean, I think that the crowd was pretty bad, and I understand that it's an outdoor
Really?
stadium, but I didn't think it was very good. Um, and I think that they were tired because there was so much going on like all night long. Cause it's like there was the triple threat, then it's the TLC match,
There's a
and then it's
lot.
the
No, there's a
no
lot.
holds barred match. There's a cage match. Like there's a
There's a lot
street
thrown at
fight.
you. Yeah.
It's a lot. So
It was a lot thrown at them.
yeah.
I don't really have an opinion either way about the crowd. I feel like the crowd just did their job for certain reactions.
I think they were just they were doing the wave during Becky Lyra.
All right, well, here's the thing.
Okay, people complained about the Philly crowd at Mania 40. We didn't do that shit.
We didn't do the wave.
Okay.
I did not do a
And
wave.
night
But all
2 was
right.
a lot better than night 1 because night 1 was freezing ass cold, and I know that people don't know that. And
Twitter's
that's
not
the
gonna
thing.
know that.
I was trying to give grace to the SummerSlam crowd, and I was trying to remind people because there were people that were complaining, obviously.
You.
And I was like, it is an outdoor stadium. So the sound doesn't reverberate back into the stadium. It goes out into the sky.
Yeah.
So anything that
Exactly.
sounds normally loud in a closed stadium is not going to tonight. But I don't feel like they did themselves any favors by doing shit like the wave. Like, why are you doing that?
You and John Alba share the same exact feelings about the wave. Both hate it.
It's like when they used to do the
Listen.
stuff with the beach balls. Oh my god, I was
Why
so
you
here.
about the beach ball? The beach ball's awesome.
No, I hated that because they were doing. I remember it was during was it Cesaro and Sheamus match or something,
Yeah,
and Cesaro grabbed it. Yeah,
Cesaro hates beach balls.
because it's so disrespectful. Because it's like you are so distracted and you're paying more attention to some stupid thing with a beach ball than actually watching what they're doing. Because like they could have just stopped and people wouldn't have noticed because they were so focused on the beach ball. Like you paid your hard earned money to go play with a beach ball?
Well, the thing is, it's at sporting events you do the beach ball. It's fun.
But at
Wrestling events, it's not, because it's not technically like pro sports. It's a like there's so much more to it where a beach ball just isn't it.
Yeah, no, and I mean, luckily
Isn't the
that's from
vibe.
a million years ago, but
I know. No, at this point, feels like a million years ago.
yeah.
Let's hear from the peeps. I already have a lot of comments, which I'd
Oh,
love to see. Let's see. Sophia wore her matching Roman Reigns shirt for night 1.
very
And Cena
nice.
for night 2. I wore Hustle, Loyalty, Respect on night 2. I did. And then, yeah, you watch them lose, but it's still the GOAT. Panther, how long do you think Becky will be IC champ? I don't know. I think we're going to see quite a lengthy run with it, because I have a feeling that we're going to get Becky legitimizing it in the names that she beats. Like we talked about, or I talked about at least on the show, how we need Lyra to legitimize the IC title and give it some prestige. And in my view, she did that as the inaugural champion, but you need someone that you can associate with it. And we're only associating the belt with Lyra off of recency bias. With Becky Lynch, the idea feels like it's going to be historically synonymous. It's the workhorse title. Even though she's doing all of this stuff outside WWE, she still shows up and she's still putting on matches. I mean, look who she's going to fight next week. She's not fighting Natty Neidhart. She's fighting Maxine Dupree. So, like, yeah, I think it's going to be a long time.
Oh, she's fighting Maxine?
Yeah, did you not see?
No.
So last night when Becky goes back.
Well, I saw that Natty asked to be in a match. I guess I missed the rest for it to be Maxine.
Well, she goes, hey, like, yeah, she did that whole interaction that you saw. And Becky's like, that's fine, but I don't want it with you. I want it with you. And she points at
Oh.
Maxine Dupree,
Got
which I
it.
love. That's how you go forward with making the belt something, is
Yeah.
being like Maxine Dupree, getting her in there.
I
Maybe like a type of wrestler, not her specifically, but like a Zelina Vega, like Kiana James if she was on Raw, like those type of wrestlers.
assume also it's all going to bring us back to Bailey at some point, and then it'll make sense for Lyra to face Bailey, and maybe she beats Bailey for it since she can't challenge Becky again.
Lyra want no part of Bailey for quite some time. She wants a no parts of Bailey. Sup, rainy days? How you darn? Bad guy was popping. Thank you, Sophia. She likes my LA Knight shirt. Yeah, she does. Sup, y'all. Sup, Dickie. Am I the only one who's disappointed that Nikki Bella is booked to go over? I don't know about that. Does WWE lack faith in their female mid carders? It's not. So I'll put it simply. I don't believe that she'll go over. I do believe it's a smart decision to have her fight for the Women's Intercontinental Championship, because it's you is back what I said of legitimizing a title. Just because, you have classic people winning it, you also want legends to challenge for it. That's the other side of making it prestigious, that the legends want to come back and fight for it. Nikki Bella did not have a title like that to fight for. So for her to come back, and it's a Hall of Famer, it's a good thing. If she wins it, we have another talk. We have to have another conversation. But until then,
I hope that match doesn't happen at Clash in Paris. I hope that it happens on a Raw. I don't want Becky versus Nikki at a PLE.
Why?
Because I think other girls deserve it more. Make it Bailey. Make it somebody who's like actually going to fight for it and might actually win. I don't know. I'm not into it.
Yeah, you're not. Okay.
I don't like Nikki Bella. So, but I also
shit.
but I also just I don't know. I don't know. I don't want it really.
Sarah, not Sharon.
Yeah.
Sharon. God, I miss Ozzy. You'll August 5th. What's up? I'll be August 5th. All right, then I'll be August 6th. Okay. How have you been doing? What's been up to? Oh, he asked you, Sarah. He didn't ask me. So, how are you doing? He asked
I'm
you,
doing. I'm doing. I'm doing.
You're doing.
I'm doing it, lady. Have you seen that yet, Clint?
No, I've not.
Or shit.
You have to
doing,
send
lady?
it to me.
I mean, maybe.
Kendo stick on a pole match. Yes, Sarah.
Oh my God.
I love how we agree with that.
All right. Let's first talk about something that everyone is still talking about from SummerSlam. And I mean, other than I think most people were happy with SummerSlam, at least the overall show, not necessarily the results, because some of us are not forgiving what happened. So the biggest thing that people are still talking about is Brock Lesnar being back. And how he blew the if there was a roof, the roof off of the stadium. And I think, so my initial reaction, I think I tweeted it. I was just like, holy shit. Because like when we heard his music, my sister and I just looked at each other and our mouths were on the floor again after Cena lost, because I did not anticipate Cena losing. So Cena losing, I was like, oh my God. And then hearing Lesnar's music hit, I'm like, oh my God. And when I said that, people were like, because I said, why is he back? And people are like, for this exact reason, because of your reaction. And I'm like, everybody reacted that way because nobody thought that he would ever come back. They had said he was like banned or blacklisted. Like
he was taken out of 2K.
Yeah.
He was taken out of the showcase mode.
So I think that was it. It's kind of like what I compared it to was once the dust settled, people were kind of like, oh, wait, this is kind of weird, right? Other than
this
the
is
people
legit now. This wasn't just a pop. Like this was...
But I think people were thinking it was kind of weird that he was back, right? Because of everything that's going on, other than the people who were just coming up with excuses for it. But it reminded me of the reaction to The Rock having that stare down with Roman, you know, and
Mhm.
taking the match away from Cody.
Oh, yeah,
Everybody was like,
oh.
"Oh my god, holy shit." And then by Raw, cuz that was on SmackDown. By Raw, people were like, "What the fuck?" You know, and they turned on him. So it was like once people had the realization of what was happening, they were like, "Oh,
Mhm.
oh." So I'm not saying that that's necessarily going to happen with Lesnar. We'll have to see, but I do think that the initial reaction isn't necessarily indicative of like how people feel about it, because I really don't think that this was a good move. I get the nostalgia factor, um, but I feel like there is too much going on with him that this isn't great PR. And then trying to put out there, oh, our lawyers or our, you know, our department did clear him. It's the same thing as saying a police department investigated itself for misconduct. It means fucking nothing. You know,
Mhm.
somebody said it was like the Browns saying that they did their own investigation into Deshaun
John
Watson and they
Watson.
said he was fine. You know, like
Yeah,
it's the
he's
same.
good.
It literally means nothing. He has not
No,
been
he's fine.
cleared from the Janelle Grant lawsuit. They
Mhm.
are not happy about it. Like, we still haven't even heard all of the evidence that they have against him. So it's just setting a bad precedent, I think, for the fan base, for the women's locker room, as we talked about. And it's just not necessary. Like, there are other dream matches that people want to see out of John Cena. And we didn't, Brock Lesnar not being on it, I don't think anyone would have been sitting there being like, man, I wish we had seen that one more time. Like, there are other people he can face that we could see instead.
Yeah, I'm still wrapping my head around it. I truly don't understand why he's back. I popped. I absolutely did pop when it happened.
Mm.
I did not listen to anyone in the room talking to me because I was like every wrestling fan, mouth on the floor, confused how this is even possible. But you
Mm-hmm.
don't care because you hear Brock Lesnar's music and nostalgia hits and you're back.
Mm.
Now, fast forward to the current day. How does he fit into this landscape? Is he just going to be a marquee match for Cena on his farewell tour?
Mm-hmm.
Fine. Then, to be honest, like, cool. Because what else is John Cena going to do realistically? You have to look at the Cena farewell tour not from a like pure wrestling fan perspective, but from a WWE perspective. Like, he's not going to get in there and go up against NXT guys every week. That's
Yeah,
not where
but
he's at.
there's Drew McIntyre. There is Gunther if he wasn't going away. Like, it feels
That's
like,
the thing. I think Gunther may have been in the plans, but
yeah. I don't
like
know.
he could have been seriously,
And I
but we
mean,
don't
they
know.
had a babyface Cena versus a babyface Cody Rhodes. They had a babyface Cena versus a babyface CM Punk. So he could go against Roman. He could go against Jey Uso. Like, he could go against LA Knight. You know, like, there's other people that I think, like, yeah, it might not be as uh nostalgic, or maybe not as like heated between those people as it you assume it will be between him and Brock. I don't know.
Mhm.
I just think it's, like I said, I think it's bad. It's just not, like, for a company that allegedly wants to stay away from bad PR, they're not doing a great job about doing that at all.
I'm fascinated to see where the hell this Brock Lesnar stuff goes. I view it from the fan. You know, it's great to see Brock Lesnar back as a fan, to have that moment of hearing his music, him coming out, hitting an F5. But yeah, now you start to think, all right, like, how is this even possible? Like,
Well,
what is
and
he clearly was not cleared, like you said. Like, cleared doesn't mean he has a green light to go do whatever. It means that due to the current circumstance of the situation, it is okay for him to be on TV.
according to WWE lawyers,
Yeah, the
they're the
different,
ones
like,
who cleared him. It's like he's
but
still
it's not
named as,
cleared. I don't like the word cleared.
okay, well, that's what they're saying. They made it okay. They said you can do, you know, we're giving you permission to put him on TV despite the negative publicity that it's going to get. They were trying to act like they felt comfortable with what he's accused of enough to put him on TV. And I think that, you shared that Lance Storm post with me, and I think that that's something that they're completely neglecting. And what people aren't talking about enough is how this impacts the women that work for WWE, because we're supposed to believe they are a changed company, that the culture under Vince McMahon was a Vince McMahon driven thing, that the women are treated better, they're more respected, there's no more of those like shenanigans going on, and now you're platforming a guy that is literally in the middle of it. And we don't even know the severity of his involvement, because they're not going to give us all the cards before they go to trial, So it's like we might never
legally
know what he did and what he didn't do. But I would much rather believe her than believe somebody who could potentially be like a predator and whatever. Like,
exactly.
So, yeah, I think that needs to be discussed more, and it's just not, unfortunately. Richard thinks that maybe he works Clash in Paris, then goes away, maybe works the Rumble Mania, and then he's gone. I think it's going to depend on the type of publicity that they get from this, because I think that if it's like really bad, they might want to reconsider. Like, they might be like, okay, you can work one match with Cena and then like it's done. Because it could be really bad. Like I don't, there's not that many people that I would say are defending him, like defending Brock.
Oh yeah, no one's on. Yeah,
there are people who are like guilty until
course.
proven innocent, but I mean, like, I don't think like Sports Illustrated is going to come out and be like, it's fine. It's like, no, they might come out with a hit piece being like, what the fuck are you doing? And if more publications are coming out like that, it might be enough for them to be like, hey. Or I think it was Meltzer that was talking about it. And who's the guy that he's with? Alvarez.
I love
they were talking about how the reason why Vince allegedly got the boot was because Slim Jim are the ones that backed out of their commitment with WWE.
That is true. That is true, because Slim Jim backed out.
Yes. And so once they booted Vince, Slim Jim came back. Well, if advertisers aren't happy about Brock being back and what that means, then they can threaten to leave. And WWE is going to want to fuck with that money, because it's like you don't want to lose something like Slim Jim or whatever else their prominent ones are, like the Hard Lemonade, American Beer. Like they're not going to want to lose all of that stuff. So if you hit them where it hurts, it might cause something, but we'll have to see. Anyway, yeah, he will get pulled if sponsors are like, fuck this. And we'll have to see. They might not. It might not be.
It might not. We don't know.
We'll just have to wait and see. I do think it's interesting that he's going to be on SmackDown, though. That's interesting. But anyway, he used to be on SmackDown back in the day.
He did.
But anyway, we have been officially introduced to the Vision, which I think, did we talk about this potentially being their name?
We did. Either you or I said it. I don't want to go full like it was me, but it was said on this show.
Yeah, that's what I was asking, just in general. I'm actually, I think when we first talked about it, I was kind of like, I don't know, but I feel like, I don't know, maybe it was just the way that Seth sold it. I felt like this is like so perfect for them, and it's like it makes sense, because the entire basis of why Seth wanted to make this group was because he had a vision of what he wanted WWE to be. He is the visionary. So like it makes sense that this is going to be the group name. And I mean, basically that's what they're trying to accomplish. So it's not super creative. It's not like the best faction name that we've ever heard, but I think it's fine. And I'm loving their dynamic. You can tell that they've definitely gotten more comfortable with each other. I love the tribal thief. Hello.
The Shulafala. The Shulafala is without a doubt one of the best wrestling names for an accessory I've heard in quite a long time.
I think Paul Heyman can thank the internet for that one, because I saw it immediately after Raw when he stole Roman's shoes. Yeah. So
it's okay, we came up with it.
I'm really liking everything that they're doing right now. I don't appreciate the fickle fans who literally scream and sing his song when he comes out, and then immediately once the music stops, they start chanting CM Punk. But
That's Sarah. I have a clip for that.
that's why I said they're fickle.
Fickle. They're fickle.
Damn right they are.
Do you have anything to add? Did you enjoy it? Did you like it?
Enjoy it. I really like the introduction to it, like Seth explaining everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like let me just go to
The Revolution is kind of a good one too.
I did like the Revolution.
Maybe
this is what I was gonna say.
Maybe they thought it was too close to
This is what I was gonna add. I loved how Seth said there's always a plan B.
Mm-hmm.
And not just that I love that specifically. It's the fact that you can tell he's such a Triple H guy. Like, that's how I know.
Well, that was what Triple H said.
And who was the plan B?
Said
there it is.
Freaking Rollins.
Like, that's how I know that this era of wrestling is in good hands. Because you
Seth
have
is gonna be the leader of it.
Seth being the leader of it. You have him basically mimicking Triple H's path, but making it his own. It's not copycat exact of Evolution, because everyone was like, oh, well, why didn't he add Theory? Because he's more of a mouthpiece like Orton. No, it's Seth's Evolution. But it's not that it's Evolution, it's Seth's faction. It's the group that puts Seth over the edge. And those are two guys physically that can do it. You have the Oracle to be the brains to get him there. They're already on their way. Like, that's how Raw should open every week.
I almost thought he hinted at Ricky Saints last night too. He said something. No, what did he? What? Oh, did he say the Revolution? Yeah, he said something about, like, the Revolution, and I was like, oh my god, is he talking about the Revolution will be televised? Like, what are we talking about?
The Revolution will be televised.
Yeah, so I still don't think Ricky's a good fit. I think Ricky.
No, he's doing his own thing.
Yeah, no. But I think that I would like to think that people are getting more into this group now, because, like, I feels like they finally, I don't know, I've been on board since day one, but it definitely feels like maybe they found their footing now, like they kind of know what they are, what they're trying to do, like what their characters are. And I love it. I think they're doing a great job. But we did see from this, of course, LA Knight, who has unresolved issues with Seth Rollins. Although it's kind of funny, because if you think about it, it's like, oh yeah, he got hurt in your match, but LA, you still won. So, like, what's your beef? Like, you still won the match, brother.
You hit him with a BFT. It was all good.
Yeah. So I don't know. So now LA Knight is like, you know what? Okay, I've got unresolved issues with you. I'm coming after that title. Seth says no, which I love when champions do that, because, like, I hate when they always are like, yeah, we'll fight tonight. It's like, why? Like,
they're a fighting champion.
No, yeah, but I fight when I want to. That's the kind of heel I'd be. I'd be like, nah, bro. I would want to be like a chicken shit heel, the way that, like, Dom is. Like, that is the kind of thing that I'd want to do, because I just think it's so funny. Like, I want to be in control of what I'm doing, and I'm gonna be like, no, I don't care if I don't defend my title forever. It doesn't matter. I'm still the champion. So LA Knight gets a title match in the main event, and we'll talk. Do you want to talk about it now, or no? We'll talk about it later.
No, the main event needs to be on its own. Just more talk, like,
okay, so
LA coming in. Like, do you have anything to add about him coming in and berating Seth and interrupting him?
Okay, so I have mixed feelings about this, simply because, like, I'm happy that LA Knight is on Raw, because we've said it on here so many times that we feel like LA Knight screams Raw, so he needs to be moved to Raw. That's not made official yet, obviously. However, I do like that he'll be appearing on Raw. I do like that he is getting thrown into the world heavyweight title scene. So it's like, yes, that is very much deserved, because obviously that is not going to happen on SmackDown, especially now that Cody Rhodes is champion again. So I like that. The aspect that I don't like is he's definitely not going to win. So that is the thing that it's like, it's one of those things where I hate when they keep putting someone into the world title picture that very much deserves it, but it's at a time when it's not going to happen. And it's like they keep doing that. It's like when they gave him the title match against Roman. We knew that he was not going to beat Roman Reigns. And right now he's not going to beat Seth Rollins because he has more beef with CM Punk and Roman Reigns. So that is just the only reason I'm kind of like torn, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Do you?
Kind of thing.
Huh?
I know, I agree with that too.
Oh, okay.
Like I like to see him on Raw, but yeah. Like I
Um,
just like seeing him on Raw. Like if he's on Raw, I'm happy, you know?
Yeah. Richard thinks that Seth will defend his title at Paris in a triple threat, which then tailors off into a Punk LA Knight feud. Yeah, they were kind of going at it when the cameras went off last
I
night.
did see that. I did see that.
And then that way Seth is fighting new people, of course, until Roman gets back, because whatever.
Right,
Will
but,
Dean
okay.
Ambrose ever return? Absolutely not. He's never coming back.
Yes. No, he is.
No, Dean's never coming back. We're never going to see Dean. If he comes back, I think he's coming back. Okay, first of all, I don't think he's coming back ever. So, but if by the 0.1% chance he does come back, it's going to be Moxley. He's not coming back as Ambrose.
Okay. I was going to say he's coming back because you have to induct the Shield into the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah, but I want, and I feel like they have to. They have to.
No, you have like you have to. There's no quarrels. There's no arguments.
You know what's really cool about stuff like that is like a lot of the legendary groups are one that have been inducted into the Hall of Fame are ones that kind of like began before my time, and whether I got to see them at all or, I got to see them at the end, it just depends. But the Shield is one of those groups that I got to see when it like the entire time, which is kind of cool because like there's not a lot of, I don't think I was watching, or at least I wasn't watching consistently, like when the Dudley Boys became a thing or when the Hardy Boys became a thing, because I was so young. But it is kind of cool to be like, oh yeah, I was there when they debuted, when it ended. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, you got to see the evolution of it. You got to see them grow from the start of it to
the blonde streak Seth Rollins. That's
that. I'm gonna make like a video game reference right now. That's like 04 Mike Vick. Seth Rollins' blonde hair is 04 Mike Vick. He's Pablo Sanchez. He is the guy. Like that is your go-to cheat code in anything.
And then it's disappointing because I know he had to change his style and whatever, but it's like kind of once he stopped dating a hairstylist is when he stopped doing the blonde.
That's true. Don't forget.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
Anyway, so we saw Sheamus versus Rusev again, and I'm telling you, I keep forgetting Rusev's music. Every time they play it, I'm like, okay, this is kind of badass, but like, who is it? I always forget until they show his eyes. I miss the Rusev Kultria. Rusev Machka. I have no idea what I'm saying or if I'm saying it correctly. However, it was very easy to know that it was Alexander Rusev coming out.
So, you know when a baby, sorry, I'm gonna let you go into that, but I need to ask you this because every time he comes out, I feel like it's a baby coming out and like showing, like jumping out and trying to scare his parents.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I don't the jump in the it gives me like toddler trying to scare his dad, like boo.
Yeah.
I laugh. I can't
Maybe
take it serious.
Inspo. Maybe it's his inspo.
I laugh every time.
That's why he does it.
So talk to me about the match.
Yes. So this was part 3. You thought that it was going to be a trilogy, but it's not. It looks like it's going to carry on. This was a very Vince era segment, I would say, because their fighting continued throughout the entirety of the show. It ended up in a double DQ because they got counted out, and then they could not stop fighting. And we saw it in the back. We saw one of them ran into Sammy, and so I feel like this is going to continue, but it feels like this is something that should probably have a stipulation, and is probably going to happen at Paris.
So if
I feel like you kind of have to. I mean, I feel like you kind of have to do that. I know it's not for a title, but like, if you're really going to be like, we need an end to this.
What match would it be? Match number would it be?
What do you mean?
Out of if they fight at Clash.
Oh, I think it would be number 4. Yeah. Because I don't know that we need to
can't-
see another. I don't think we need to see number 4 again, and then it's like it ends the same way. You know what I mean? Unless they were like, let's do it, and then they like use weapons, and then they're like,
do
what
you
are you
think you
doing?
need a 7? My thing is like, do you need 7?
Oh, I
If
mean,
it's
7.
4, like I'm fine with 4 and just have them go all friggin' out. Like
But you
have it
mean,
be a falls count anywhere type of match.
well, that's what I
Call
mean,
it
like, or
whatever
no
gimmicky
DQ.
bullshit. Yeah, call it
Yeah,
whatever gimmicky name you want because you're in Paris.
yeah.
But like you need
Paris
to make
street
this
fight, croissant fight. Take out your
a
croissant.
I would like to see Sheamus hit Rusev with a croissant.
I have croissants. I could give them, but can you imagine that being like
I
a
have one?
croissant fight? Oh no, Costco has a big box of croissants.
Okay.
Do you have Costco near you? Or is it mostly like Sam's?
We
Club?
have Costco near us, but my parents have Costco, they have BJ's, but they're big into Market Basket.
I know that picked up
Man.
once I left. I do not remember Market Basket when I lived there, but anyway, yeah, I assume just because they're both European that this will probably happen in Paris. I mean, I know that that's still like what 3 weeks away when Raw comes back, so it's like I don't know what they do between now and then, but obviously they want this to continue. So, I don't know. I could see that being the end. What?
Okay. No, Keenan Allen just got signed by the Chargers.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's not shocking.
As I'm trying to send out a tweet to promote the show, like quote you, tweet yours. It's the first thing that popped up.
Oh, my boss is a
Which
Chargers
cool.
fan, so I'm sure he's maybe he's excited about it.
He
I don't
should
know.
be.
I feel like this was so
Announced them
predictable
both.
the second that no teams were signing him, and then Mike Williams retired. Like yeah. Anyway, okay. Moving on. We got another random match between Penta and Grayson Waller, who looks very good, might I add.
Yeah, you keep drooling over there.
I'm sorry, but like they keep talking about it too. They're like, he's in the best shape of his life, and I'm like, I know, I've got eyes. Okay. Obviously this was just like a match to get Penta on TV and do whatever they're trying to do with Grayson Waller in the New Day. And I mean, I don't take a whole lot from this match other than the New Day's fashion.
Yeah, cool. We need to talk about it. Go.
So I admire. I don't like Xavier Woods. However, I admire their attempt at like trying to make this New Day heel run their own and kind of like, I don't know, they're using now this like outrageous fashion in the morning of the loss of their tag titles. Like they're trying to make it good. They're trying to make it interesting because obviously it's kind of flopped after the first 2 weeks that they turned heel. I guess I'm just kind of confused about the fashion choices and how that is kind of relevant to what they were, because I thought that they were trying to be like arrogant ass kickers, and now they're like wearing like, I mean,
hats that are the size of like UFOs. Do you see the size of that thing?
Yeah, did you see Penta wearing it too? It's pretty funny.
It was awesome.
It was cool. So I guess I'm just confused how that correlates to what their character is, but I guess it's entertaining. And I'm curious to see what happens with Big G. How does he fit into this? What's the end game for Big G?
I want to see them adopt him in some way. But when they adopt him, see, here's the thing though. Here's the issue. That if they adopt him into the New Day, the most likely outcome would be for them to turn on him, correct?
Mm-hmm.
But wouldn't the crowd like them to turn on him? So then by de facto, they'd be turning face again.
Yeah.
So you would have to make Grayson Waller be like, you would have to make New Day be so incredibly hated. Like treating Grayson Waller like a piece of shit. And then Grayson Waller having a come to Jesus moment of being like, wow, I don't like being treated like this. And then it would be a face turn for him. So if you're like, to me, it works if you just keep them where they are.
Mm-hmm.
Like keep this just where like plateau for a bit. because if you do anything a little too quick, it actually could hurt one of the other's stock a little bit.
I mean, I think that they're going to involve Theory. I think it was Calvin in the chat that says that, they were definitely mentioning him on commentary. So I just wonder how that's going to get involved. And maybe that is going to help Theory get super over as a babyface,
Listen, if that's the goal, I'm for it, because Austin Theory should be the face of any company.
Yeah.
And he's only 23, I'm pretty sure.
No, he's 26, I think. But yeah, still,
John Cena was contemplating if he's going to be fired or not.
Yeah.
At 26.
Yeah.
Like, so young.
Can you do some comments? I have to just go quickly do something for my sister, but we have a lot.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay,
that's fine. I will
right
just shoot the shit here. You want to if you can put Gunther up there, because she already took her headphones off, but have no fear. Patty Pitts is here to bring you some comments about what we got going on. So what I'm going to do is, if I don't read your comment right now, okay, if I don't read your comment, you're going to click this link and you're going to leave me a voicemail with your comment, okay? If I don't read it now, all right? And then you can hear it on Friday on the house show over at Underground Sports. Okay, so let's get to the comments. Nathaniel, I did love Sheamus and Rusev fighting backstage all night. That is exactly how you built that up. Making Orton a heel would be tough. He's not going to be a heel anymore at this point, Dickie. I just don't think so. I don't know. Maybe because Judgment Day lost their titles already. 1/3, I would say, of Judgment Day have lost their titles already. The next domino to fall. See what I did there? That was pretty good. It does feel like that. However, I don't want to see it. And I also don't think it is going to happen. Feels like the agenda is Dom double champ Dom with the AAA and IC title, as Dominic is on my screen right now. He did look good against Penta. They're dissing Theory on commentary because it's easy. I think they're great at being heels. This whole morning shit has been hilarious. Like, they lost the tag team titles and are treating it like they lost a family member. That's what I love about it. Also love Blake Monroe on my screen right now. NXT just started. Blake Monroe on my screen. Who's she fighting tonight? Oh, it's Kalani. Let's go, Kalani Jordan. I want to see Kalani Jordan get an edge to her. Oh, here's a start. All right, just going right in. Maybelline is on the mat for NXT. Makes sense. I demand Karrion Kross and Scarlett be reinstated. I don't think.
I'm still not back yet, but
that's fine.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say I think they're gonna get re-signed or I think they're gonna get released. I would love for them to stay. I think Bully Ray had a good pitch today on Busted Open that just make him a social media star, essentially. Just have him be at Raw, be at SmackDown, and just be backstage on social media. It sucks you wouldn't be on TV, but you'd be doing a job. And there's already some continuity, too, with Karrion Kross. That's fine. There's already some continuity with Karrion Kross, too, throughout WWE programming since Triple H has taken over. You have every feud that he's been in, the next step in that next person's feud, is that they have a little bit of a darker side to them. They start to revel in what they were afraid of. Ray never wanted to fight his own son, did it on the grandest stage of them all. You have Drew McIntyre, who was so bitter about not getting his moment at WrestleMania because of the Pandy Wandy and everything that led up to it. And then his bitterness against the bloodline, that play out, we saw a whole different side of the Scottish Warrior. You have AJ Styles, he turned into a darker side with his wicked ways, turning into that, and whatever he was doing with Cody Rhodes. Someone just appeared at NXT. I don't know who it is. I'm assuming it is Jordan Grace. But yeah. We're going to see Tatum Paxley and Sol Ruka for the North American title. I have a theory, okay? Sarah's back, so I'll keep it here. I have a theory that Tatum Paxley is the true leader of Downstate. Because the lights went off during her match and she got the pinfall. Also,
okay, I'm back.
Wouldn't it be interesting to see the girl who has no friends and has kind of been a social outcast, playing with her dolls and whatnot, be the ringleader of the most dominant group in NXT right now? I don't know. There's something there. I'm telling you, there's something there.
Okay, so we can quickly go over this because, Judgment Day got a rematch.
And did they win? No, they didn't, Sarah.
No.
They did not win their rematch.
And I hated Charlotte and Alexa's promo also. So whoever told them that they needed to do that, terrible, absolutely terrible. Don't ever do that again. Don't ever do that again.
I thought it was cute. No, I thought it was a nicer, I'm sorry. I'm gaining a soft spot for Charlotte Flair.
You know what? Okay, so I guess I'm going to ask your opinion. So, because we know that WWE Unreal is way more fake than being real. I guess the whole name is Unreal. It's true because it is not real. I think because they covered the infamous Tiffany Stratton Charlotte Flair promo, I don't think that was real.
I think it was real.
I don't think it was real. And the reason why is because, first of all, they were covering it and they made it into an episode. My thing is, I think that they're going to set things up to be dramatic. I honestly think that somebody told Tiffany to say that and did not tell Charlotte. And so they wanted to get that reaction out of Charlotte. It feels like, because to me, also, even the way that they have that clip of Triple H being was that scripted or who went off script or whatever, and Tiffany's it was me, she knows that she's not in trouble. And Triple H is oh, she needs to apologize, and I'm this just doesn't seem legitimate to me, but whatever.
I don't know. I think it was a little bit. It was a little bit legitimate.
Well, that's what I said. Is Tiffany said it, but she was told to say it. Tiffany did not just go out there and say that on her own. Anyway, okay. After SummerSlam, looking at it in the rear view, there were some rumors about Gunther dealing with a nose injury and that he was going to have surgery or something, but it was originally coming from Meltzer, and so people were no. And then when you watch the match against CM Punk, clearly he bladed when he was under the table.
That was I was going to ask you what you thought about Gunther's color.
Iconic. I loved that.
I love that the added.
Okay, I hated the match is fine, but I fucking hated that he lost. I hated it. I understand he needs time off, but I just absolutely hated it because it's the first real main event caliber opponent he's against, and he loses to a 48-year-old CM Punk. Brother, oh my god. But anyway,
do you think he would have lost if he was not getting surgery?
I don't think so. Because they could have pushed Seth's thing. But that's the thing is I wonder how long. I feel like they've known for a while that Gunther was going to have to take time off, because it doesn't feel because then otherwise, why would they have done the Seth angle? Because Gunther just won the title back 6 weeks ago. It wasn't that long ago that he won it back. So it doesn't really make sense for him to just drop it at SummerSlam. But it doesn't seem like they wanted Punk to be champion at this moment because they had Seth cash in on him. But it's they didn't have to do the fake injury angle if they didn't already know that Gunther was gonna take time off. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because it wouldn't have. There was no purpose for it. Because I still think that if Gunther retained, he wasn't cashing in on Gunther.
No, I don't think he. No,
No.
It would have been more Cena because Cody could also take some time off and out, like
I
he
wish
sure because he has Street Fighter, so that
I
would have
know.
made sense. It feels like a pivot was done.
Yeah. Anyway, so Gunther is going to be out because, yes, he is having nose surgery. I hope that it's not too long. They didn't say when, but there are so many rumors that Gunther is going to be Cena's final opponent. So I hope that he is
To
back
be
in time.
honest, Sarah, if that's the case, I'll take whatever we're getting right now and have him get all prepared.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
Gunther Cena feels like a fantasy booking match that you wouldn't think would be a match you need to see, but you know deep down that you do want to see it. Like, how far could Cena go in the ring with him?
That's why I was hoping even more that Cena was going to remain the champion until he left. Like, I would have loved to have him versus Gunther and Gunther win the title from him, because that would feel like the passing of the torch, but we got that at SummerSlam. So I do like the idea of Gunther versus Cena. So if that's what's going to happen in 4 months, and by all means, I will be patient, you know, and just hope that that's what we'll get. And Jay, I don't care. I don't care what you want and what you don't want, okay? Because you want Gunther to be injured. So I don't even care, okay? Because I don't like that. I don't like Jey Uso, but I've never come up in here and said that I wish that he got hurt, okay, brother? So be nice to my guy, okay? Gunther deserves it. Even if you don't like him. I just want to make sure I am not missing anything. Oh, Jackson says, I agree with you that he needed to retain, but I think he's Cena's last opponent in Boston, and he retires Brock in Minneapolis next year at SummerSlam.
I did see that too. I did see that 2026 in Minneapolis, Brock's back. It just makes sense.
But
maybe that's why he's cleared.
Oh God.
Because one last run.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
Jay said that he hoped that Gunther's injury wasn't a work. That's what he said to me on Twitter last night. And that's why I was like, if he comes in the chat today, I'm going to yell at him. Because that's me.
You did. You gorita.
Yeah. Another one that we can talk about quickly, I guess. The match, I guess, is not really worthy of being discussed, which was Dragon Lee versus John Dom. Fine match. Obviously, being a precursor to their AAA match for the title in a couple weeks. The main takeaway from this is we now have a third El Grande Americano. And
a third?
Yeah,
there's three. There's three because there's four. Because I'm getting confused with Gable.
Yeah, okay.
Gable's the OG one.
He's not around. You know what's funny is my coworker got to go to Raw last night on behalf of Netflix, and last time when he was there, he got to meet Oba Femi and Lyra. Like, they both came into the Netflix suites and were like meeting. He got to meet El Grande Americano last night. And Ludwig Kaiser is dedicated to the craft because he was only speaking Spanish. And I was like, that is my guy. That's my guy.
Awesome.
That's
incredible that, like, I don't know, that Kaiser can speak that many languages, be able to do it. Like, that's how you legitimize it. Not like Gable's the joke version where it's like, see.
Yeah.
Oh, like, how are you doing? See.
Yeah.
And Gable, like, and then you have Kaiser who, how are you doing? And he gives you a full-fledged sentence. About bien, estoy bien. Like, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. So now we have 3 El Grande Americanos, and people believe that the other ones are Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. That's the one that people think is the third.
Oh, Tyler Bate's the other one?
That's what people
So that means Tyler Bate. No, hold on. So that means Tyler Bate is ready to go. He's been out injured for a while.
No, he came back because he cut his hair. Him and Pete Dunne both cut their hair. So
I'm excited to see. I want to see Tyler Bate again. Tyler Bate's awesome in the ring.
So if it is them, I'm still curious though. It's the same thing with Ludwig. Like, what's the end game? Is it just to get on TV? Like, are we just competing to get on TV and you're like, hey, this is super over. Like, I'm going to try and do it. No one's going to really know who the real El Grande Americano is. Like, is that all that it's going to come down to? Or what is their why going to be?
What's their why? Like, why there's so many Grande Americanos?
You weren't listening, huh? I'm saying why, like, what is the why for it to be, like, why is Kaiser doing this? If it's Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate, why are they doing it? Is it just to get on TV? Is it just, like, to get match time? Because why are they trying to be a luchador?
I don't view it that way. I see, like, what are they trying to do with multiple Grande Americanos?
Yeah.
Like, that's where my mind goes. Like, all right, you have 3 active Grande Americanos right now. Is it just for this small story that we're going to inevitably forget about, or are we going to be actually doing something with them? Like, the 3 of them are the Grande Americanos, and it's ends up being like a form of twin magic type of thing. Like, is that where we're going? And then Gable comes back and is like, what the hell? He wants to admit that he's the real Grande Americano, but you know, won't. If that's the case, and I'm for it. Like, let's see how far we can go, because it's being done well. You know, if it was like a joke jobber type of gimmick, like a Doink the Clown, I'd be annoyed. I'd be like, all right, like, don't insult my intelligence. But with this, there's legs. There's legs to this, Sarah. So
yeah, Ludwig is killing it. Absolutely killing it. I mean, look at him. There's rumors that they want to make him a big deal in AAA. So, I mean, I'm sure that that's what they wanted to do initially anyway, before Chad got hurt. But I do like that Ludwig is doing a good enough job that they're confident in it being him. I think that's pretty cool. So, Jay, to answer your question, no, none of them right now are Chad Gable. Chad Gable is still injured. He had shoulder surgery, so he is not back yet.
Doink was not awesome. All right.
This is the same person saying Gunther sucks. Okay.
Like, the first Doink was awesome. Okay. Matt Bloom. No, not Matt Bloom. It's Matt something, but I don't know the name.
That's
was
Albert.
awesome when he was. Yeah, that is Albert and Tensai and the fuck whatever. Yeah. That was good. But when it got to be multiple and it was more of a silly gimmick and not a dark twisted clown, it sucked.
Yeah.
But the multiple Doinks spot at WrestleMania was cool.
This is another quick one too. Io Sky and Rhea Ripley have a moment backstage. Rhea lets us all know that Io is getting a rematch for the Women's World Title next week on Raw because she wasn't the one who was pinned. And Rhea is not too happy about it, but she's like, hey, you know what? Whoever's champion, I'm coming back. I'm coming for that title. And Io was like, that's fine, because guess what, Rhea? You're never going to beat me. And I was like, Queen. I really want them to continue this. I really want Io to be like Rhea's kryptonite, because I think that is so much more interesting for a character of Rhea's caliber, because Rhea looks untouchable. She's invincible. Like, she can beat everybody because just look at her. She's like so strong and so dominating in the ring. Like, she's obviously the favorite anytime she goes up against somebody. I would love for Io to be like her villain. That it just like never, she can't. I'm not saying it never happens, but like it doesn't happen for a long time. Like, I want it to be a big moment when it does.
It needs to be a bigger moment when the inevitable happens, and I don't see that
for Io
right
too.
now.
You know.
Yeah, and I don't see it right now. Even if they fight right now again, like recent, upcoming, I would much rather see Io win. Like, I want this to build for a while.
Well, and they're mentioning it so much, it feels like that's what they want to do. And I hope that's what it is, and not like, oh, we're mentioning it a lot because we're planning on Rhea beating her soon, you know, because like they do that often. But I'm like, I feel like this is a really intriguing, like, underlying storyline that they can revisit in the future, that we don't need to see the payoff of it now. But we can be constantly reminded anytime the two are like, actively competing against each other or in the same sphere, if they're going for the same title or they're in a gauntlet match or in a tournament, whatever. Like, I feel like that's kind of an interesting aspect that the women's division doesn't often have.
I want them to be like a Steamboat Flair, like that was something that was a glue to there. Like Flair, I mean, Steamboat never could beat Flair. Honestly, the Ultimate Good Guy could be we don't have that type of aura or whatever with this. It's more just two friends wanting to beat each other and one can't. I want to see that. I want to see that go and grow and build for a while.
Yeah, agreed. I agree. Also, I wanted to talk about this because our women's world champion.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I know. I did not like this. So after a really great match that I was kind of bummed that it ended when it did. But I guess it kind of left the door open for rematches and whatever. Naomi only got a promo during the commercial break. If you have normal Netflix in the US. So I did not like that. I was like, come on, like there was things on Raw that we definitely could have cut so that Naomi could have had a promo. Like, even if it was just an entrance rant promo, there were things that or I don't know, fit it in because you are not constricted to a time limit.
They believe that they kind of are, but aren't. I don't know. They really aren't. But yeah, I know what you mean.
I mean, this would have been up to 5 minutes. Like, this would not have added that much time. They let Roman go and babble on and have it be like a 2-hour and 45-minute show when he kept calling Paul Heyman a dumbass. You know what I mean? So it's like, you clearly don't have that many restrictions on when you have to be cut off, Oh, she had a backstage promo, but they didn't show all of it. Yeah, that's all I mean. She just deserves better.
No, they didn't show it. I didn't see any of it on
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess, but like, whatever, Anyway, what we did see is something that I'm not thrilled about, and that is apparently Becky Lynch is not going to be immediately dealing with Lyra, of course, because she can't, but she's not going to be dealing with Bayley, apparently. And instead, because Nikki didn't get to have a tag team title match at SummerSlam or Evolution, they're now throwing her into the mid-card title scene. And she is now challenging Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental title. And as we talked about earlier, it's not like a terrible idea because it's like, all right, Becky can solidify herself as this iconic women's Intercontinental champion by beating, the top talent now and the top talent of the past. So if that's what's going to happen with her and Nikki, sure. As long as Nikki doesn't win, because there's just no reason for her to win. But I think the thing that people were talking about the most is, of course, their promo back and forth, which wasn't bad.
No, it was, yeah.
The slap of Becky, right? Because this is the thing. People were
trying to slap across the face.
People trying to come for Becky because she brought up John Cena. I have to say to you guys, Nikki brought up Seth Rollins. And again, low-hanging fruit, okay? Because you see Becky Lynch and you're like, I automatically think of Seth Rollins. I don't. Becky is her own person. It's the same thing with Seth Rollins. I don't automatically think of Becky Lynch. But I did love Becky being like, don't you ever talk about my hot husband, my hot husband, my hot husband. And I was like,
I love how she calls him her hot husband. It's awesome.
So funny. But I do love that she was like, hey,
a little too misleading.
Yeah. I love that she responded by being like, oh, well, we are the best wrestling couple in WWE history, which could have been. And then she stops and she's like, oh, that's right, you can't see him anymore. And that she did her job, and she did her job well, because that entire arena went bananas.
Oh, they went
for a heel. That's insane. That you got a good zinger when the entire arena reacts that way, because like
they did get her.
Becky is supposed to be hated, No. And
not making comments like that, you're gonna be hated.
No, because everyone's thinking the same, But I think that the people that are kind of complaining about this and being like, "Oh, we need to talk about Nikki separating from John." Nikki doesn't stop talking about John, so
He really doesn't.
she keeps the door open of her being connected to John Cena. She even talked about John as recently as her return to WWE, so on her podcast. So the door is not closed because she's kept it open. And like I said already, she mentioned Seth Rollins. So
Oh, it's fair
you
game.
yeah, I mean, Becky isn't just going to sit there and be like, "Yeah, sure." You know? So this did get me a little bit more invested in what their feud can be. I just don't want it to be I don't want it to end up being something where Nikki is champion. That's the main concern I have. I think that they could probably have a good feud and maybe their match can be pretty good. I just don't want it to end with anything other than Becky retaining, especially because I thought that Lyra was going to win. But now that Becky's still champion, I don't want Nikki champion.
No, I don't want to see Nikki Bella champion. I don't think anyone needs that right now. I believe that she should be competing in those types of matches for sure. Absolutely. But no, I don't want to see the strap on her. Sorry. I don't.
No, not at all. I think because I still want to believe that the end game is to like put Lyra over. And that's not going to happen by her beating Nikki Bella. You know?
Yeah.
Like Lyra needs to beat Bailey or somebody because now the fact that she can't beat Becky, obviously that's off the table. But if she can beat Bailey, then that is still possible. Anyway, then we get to the main event. Finally, LA Knight versus Seth Rollins, and it's a banger because, of course, LA Knight and Seth Rollins are great. The Bronsons were banned from ringside, but that doesn't mean that chaos did not happen.
No, chaos is gonna happen. It's the World Wrestling Entertainment.
Yeah.
Chaos is bound to happen in the main event.
So because that happened, and we'll talk about one aspect of what happened. Where do you think they go from here? Because obviously this doesn't close the chapter of LA Knight for Seth Rollins, because the match did not end in any sort of meaningful way. Do we because somebody in the chat mentioned earlier, do you think that they will do like a triple threat at Paris and LA Knight will be in it? Will it be LA Knight and Punk?
Oh, there's a door absolutely for that to happen because of how the finish of the match went down.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna see that not be over. LA Knight is pissed that every time he has the title in his grasps, it's taken from him by someone else, you know, an outside factor. I forget who the first, I mean, he was in the Fatal 4-Way first. I forget what the other one was because there was another time too. And then last night with CM
LA Knight.
Punk. Yeah. Didn't CM Punk cost him or something? Or Roman cost him or something? Like he was in a title match.
Oh, yeah, because he was against Roman. I think it was with the Bloodline. Somebody in the Bloodline.
Well, yeah, the blood. Okay, so yeah, the blood. But I thought that was another time. But anyway, the point remains the same. Is that LA Knight has had the match won and outside bullshit has caused him to lose. He's sick of it after last night. Punk unleashing his aggression and emotion at Seth Rollins for cashing in, costing LA Knight the match. You're going to see this evolve into tempers flaring to the point where these three dudes can't get their hands off each other. So,
ooh.
Yeah, that was saucy.
Sounds spicy.
I mean, a lot of touching, slapping, and clapping. You know what I'm saying?
Lots of meat.
Lots of meat slapping and clapping.
Yeah, I think that could be, I don't know. I'm interested to see how this goes because there is 3 weeks. Well, once Raw happens, it'll be 3.5 weeks or whatever until the match. So they have plenty of time to fill. And I'm curious to see how they go about this because I don't want LA Knight to be like kind of cast aside because obviously his beef with Seth isn't as deep as like CM Punk being pissed because he cashed in on me or Roman because like, hey, you stomped my head in. You know what I mean? Like it's not the same. But I do think that, yeah, I don't know. I think they could have a really good match. That'd be nice. But one thing we did learn is that Roman Reigns fulfilled his duties for SummerSlam, which was like 3 weeks of television appearances. And he's a written off TV again. because the Vision beat his ass after the chaos kind of subsided. And we now know that Roman is not scheduled for his next appearance until Survivor Series, which I believe is like November 29th or something crazy like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not going to see him for another almost 4 months. I do not even want to get
29th.
into this conversation because I cannot. I can't stand this motherfucker. But I do. What I find interesting about this is, for one, he barely sold this once the cameras went off. I don't know if you saw those videos. He's like sitting on the apron. I'm like, you couldn't have been like helped out.
No, he did sit on the apron for a while.
Yeah, but how is that selling that you're not going to be on TV for 3-4 months? I thought that was weird.
Because he's just sitting. He's just
he looked fine. Like he wasn't selling. I just got my head stomped in like 3 times. But what I think is interesting is he's taking time off, and I'm sure part of it is because he's in a movie. But Cody doesn't look like he's taking time off, at least that we know of. And he's the champion now. So I think that's interesting because I'm like, is Cody going to be gone? Is Cody going to be at Clash in Paris? Is Cody going to do pre-taped stuff so it feels like he is there but he's not there? Like, I'm just kind of curious how this was figured out, just because it's like, that's why I assumed that Cody wasn't going to win the title, other than the fact that I thought Cena's run was going to go on longer. I figured, okay, well, he's going to have to take time off too. Apparently not.
Apparently not. He can do both.
And then all
MJF filmed Happy Gilmore.
Yeah. Well, and what I think is funny is all the excuses in the world have already come out about Roman taking time off. They're like, well, school is starting soon. I'm like, is he in fucking high school?
School is
Is he in middle school?
I love that. That was fucking good.
It's just like, dude, what? Jacob Fatu has 6 kids. So what are we talking about? Like, everybody has families. Roman doesn't need to be at home because kids are going back to school. Like, what are we talking about, brother? I just wish that they would be more transparent with us. I wish that they would just tell us, like, hey, by the way, as I've said before, Roman is just an attraction now. You know, like, I wish that we would just be told that. Let's just call him Hollywood Roman, because that's what he is. It's like Hollywood Rock. He's Hollywood Roman at this point. Exactly. Like, you knew it immediately. That's why I didn't even care to watch. Like, I just watched it later. I was like, I don't need to see the ending because I know exactly what's going to happen. Supposedly they were filming this month. But I don't know. And it's in Australia, allegedly. So I really wouldn't be surprised if maybe maybe Cody misses like a week or 2 and they just do like pre-taped stuff to make it seem like, oh, he's here, but he's not.
Yeah.
Which is still more than what Roman does. So it is what it is. But I just don't know how he would do that because that's a lot of traveling. I mean, it's not easy to travel to Australia. So I don't know.
Fucking not.
Yes, Roman should have taken a table tsunami or a spear through the screen to write him off more. Exactly, because like they literally tried to write him off the same way that they did at the Rumble. And it's just like, again, like I said, then him not selling it in front of the live crowd is not great. So we'll definitely have to see. They probably didn't want to hit him with tsunamis and at risk of injuring him, but he was doing some crazy stuff at SummerSlam. So I don't know. Yeah, I mean, this is why I'm saying I wish they would just tell us that he's an attraction. Like, just let us know. Or just like, or if his fans could just shut the fuck up and accept the fact that this is what he is now, instead of arguing and like coming up with all these fake excuses. Like, he has cancer, bro. Does he have active cancer right now? Is he getting chemo? Yeah, he was at SummerSlam. Like, stop. We know that he's dealing with the leukemia or whatever because it's in his body, but it's not active. Like, he's not sick right now. Oh, you think he's retiring?
Could be.
I don't know. That would be kind of wild, wouldn't it?
That would be very wild.
Yeah, but see, he's been doing this for the past 3 years. That's the thing that I don't think people realize. They're like, oh yeah, he's a part-timer or kind of or whatever. And I'm like, but he's been doing this for like 3 years at this point. Because the last like year and a half, 2 years of his title reign, he was not showing up at all, really.
He was an attraction during his own title reign.
Yeah, and yeah, so that's the thing is like, whatever. That's why I don't not my goat. Oh, he said he thought next year would be interesting. I mean, he's nearing 40, so I mean, I get it, but um it'd be interesting. Um do you mean SmackDown? Oh, or do you mean a non what do you mean? What do you mean? But yeah, anyway, that was Raw.
That was Raw.
Yeah.
That was the follow from SummerSlam Raw. And we'll be back on Thursday to talk about SummerSlam. NXT's on right now. I'd like to bring up Blake Monroe on the show and Fallon Henley, my new wrestling crush. God, I love Fallon Henley. Anyways, Dynamite's on tomorrow. Be watching that. I'm gonna be in the house tomorrow, recording the house show down in the underground. New episode on Friday, and then we'll be back on Thursday to talk about all that wrestling that went down this week and more. All right, Sarah, already, because you know it's Thursday, we're gonna have an NWF update. All right. Do you think this match is going to happen? All right. This is what the nonsense execs threw at me. Keep in mind, 5th match out of 7. Eric Rowan taking on Santos Escobar.
No.
Exactly. Not a shot in hell that stays. Match before those, Timeless Tony Storm taking on Stephanie Vacour. So, like, there's good. But then you have Uncle Howdy taking on Solo Sikoa. Like, I don't care. Like, no. The match before those, SpongeBob and Patrick. I don't know if they're going to defend the titles yet, but tag team match against the Bloodline, the Tongans. So, like, there's a bunch of shit that will go down. There's a bunch of shit that won't. All right.
Yeah.
So, how will all that go down? Will we even be at the next show on Thursday? Because we got our own SummerSlam coming up, Sarah, in the NWF. I got to book that.
Let's go.
And we have a fun card. You know who you just actually? It's not all about my show. You do Raw. So, nonsense execs gave us some shit matches for your show as well. So I changed it, and we got Drew McIntyre versus Razor Ramon.
Let's go.
You accompanied Razor to the ring.
That's right. That's right.
See, do I know you or do I know you? And he lost, by the way. He did lose.
Oh, well, that's rude.
I don't. All I can do is make the matches. I can't predict the winner.
Whatever.
But, hey, we'll be on the road to SummerSlam on Thursday. We'll be talking about the 616 Real Life SummerSlam on Thursday as well. A bunch of the other shit. In the meantime, you can hit that subscribe button and bell notification to know every time we post. You can go follow us over on TikTok. No Nights Off Show. Should go live there at some point. We should figure it out. Add it in here. Whatever. But yeah. And then follow us on our own personal social media accounts. Sarah's only got Twitter, so at SMarshXO for her, and at Patty Pitts on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. Final comment before we leave. Bad guy. I think Sarah would agree with you there, but that's the thing. It's nonsense. That's why, like, if you're interested, like, here's the thing. You could watch. All I got to do is hit subscribe. Tell me what that number is. And if it's at 10, then we will. No, I think if it's at 10, we'll do some streams of it. But I'm not going to do it unless I have an audience. All right. So get an audience and enjoy my show. So until Thursday, thank you guys for tuning in. God bless. Remember that you could do it. All I got to do is try.